All right, it's Parallel Frequencies with Just Blane and Coco. What's going on, Coco?
Hey, just hanging out after the Christmas holiday.
It's almost New Year's. You know, like we're here. We're at 2026. It's coming up. Oh, look.
Got my socks on.
Got the twins on, got the left and the right. I hope they're on the right feet. I don't know if it's...
I don't know. I'm not even going to tell you how stretched out they look when they're actually on.
Oh, man. Did I get a kid
Let's
size or
just
something?
pretend that's not happening.
We won't check at that. What else did you get for Christmas over there? You got any more Christmas gifts to show? I love seeing what people get.
Yeah. Yesterday's episode, we talked about our 2025 TV shows and all the things. And mine always and forever will be my top TV show, X-Files. My parents got me an X-Files golden book.
Oh, man. Look at that.
Out there, so that I can read it with my kids and make sure that they are well educated in all of the creepy.
Oh, I love it.
Sewer monster. This was my very first episode I actually remember seeing when I was little.
The sewer monster.
First watched the sewer monster, one that comes out of the toilet.
Yeah.
Pretty creepy. There's another picture of it.
I just started. I like to put something on in the background while I work, and you'll love it. I just started X-Files, season 1, episode 1, because it popped up on Disney or Hulu or one of those.
Yeah, so it's on now. Yeah.
I've got an iPad right here. I work right here, and I just have the iPad on, and I run X-Files in the background. I love it.
Yeah, that's a good one. I used to trivia myself. Is that a word? Can you trivia yourself? I used to check my X-Files fanatic skills, and I would have somebody play an episode and see if I could guess it within the first 30 seconds of listening to it.
Wow.
I was very good. I knew all of the episode names too. I don't think I could do that anymore, but I could probably describe it. But it made me pull out my collection. Now, I used to have a way bigger collection of X-Files
I was gonna ask.
collectibles. Unfortunately, hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth of books, postcards, posters, maps. I had everything. And this is all that's left. But I've got the movie action figures.
Woo, McFarlane toys too. That's a huge collector set.
Yeah, these have seen better days, but I've got the movie, The Truth Is Out There, Mulder.
I love that.
And my absolute favorite, which I'm waiting, holding on to. Maybe someday there'll be money. We've got Mulder and Scully, the Barbie and Ken.
Look at that. That's incredible. You better lock those away from the kids, not let anybody else touch them. Put them in a humidor? Like they put cigars where
I know. They haven't been that well cared for, but they're still here. They're still kicking. They're still around.
Look at my action figure I got for Christmas here. Check this out. It's John Cena, but it's clear. He's clear because his catchphrase is, "You can't see me." So they made a John Cena Mattel doll that you can't see. And Lindsay happened to find me this bad boy. It's hard to find. Sold out everywhere. But she got
hold on to that one too.
I love it. I thought that was one of the greatest action figures ever, that they put a legit clear version out. I just recognize this over here too. Look, check out my ornament. Do you guys do ornaments every year where you get a ornament, you put the date on it?
Sure. We get ones that are made out of popsicle sticks and glitter from the kids.
Now see, we get those too, but we get, a nice one to put away that's sentimental. And that's why this one's still in the box, because we can't get anything nice out. We got another 10, 12 years before we can get the nice Christmas shit out anymore. But check this one out. I like this. Lindsay got me this.
The couch.
From Central Perk, the couch of friends. People know me. It's not hard to get me anything. Like you said that before. It's not hard to shop for me.
I know. When somebody has a thing and you know what their thing is, it's so easy. It's like there's, all kinds of
just
fan
get
things.
me something from a TV show or a video game or whatever here. I mean, look at this. I got this evil thing. Kids gave me this for Christmas. It's a Labubu. I'm not sure how I feel about him yet, but
yeah, I don't know either.
He's got a D. He's got a D. And
out.
There was a sticker that came with him, and I don't think he's evil, but he might be. But I hope not, because the D says, here's the sticker that comes with him.
Yeah. Is it?
Dollar. So I don't
Ooh.
know if this is going to be money for me right here, this Labubu, but I'm going to make sure that I don't
Bring in
piss it
the
off.
money. Bring in
I'm
the
not going to
money
piss
if
it off.
that's what his
So
mad powers are.
So Santa gave everybody in the family some Labubus, right? And me and Lindsay got the two little ones, keychain versions, and the kids got the bigger ones. Well, my oldest is scared of the Labubu, and he keeps chaining up the Labubu or making cages out of Legos and keeps it trapped in there. I walked in the other day and there was a Lego board, and the Labubu was strapped up like this on it, chained. I said, "What are you doing?" He said, "I don't want to let it loose."
I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
He's 6 years old, but he's got a little boo-boo chained up.
He's like, this dude's not coming alive at night. I'm going to wrap its creepy little arms around me and pull me under the bed or something.
What's wrong? Why are these evil? Tell me what's wrong with this thing.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like, what I think of as the fae creatures that are, maybe not evil, but just, you better treat me right. I'm dangerous, right?
Okay.
That's kind of the vibe I get from them. Just in their little creepy smile and their little eyes staring at you and, locking it away like a leprechaun might not be such a bad idea. Your son might have the right idea about that.
You think so? But I keep mine here in a place of prominence, in a place of power, because I don't want...
Keep an eye on that.
Yeah, so I'm thinking maybe we should cage the bad boy up, though, because I don't have a cage here.
I would say at least you might want to appease it with some offerings once in a while. If you're munching on a cookie, just leave some pieces of a cookie for that little guy and keep him happy.
Feed it. You're saying feed it. Don't feed it after midnight like the gremlins, because that's when things go ape shit, as they say, right?
For sure.
Let's talk about our movies of 2025.
Yeah.
Because we did TV shows, and now I want to talk about the best movies I saw, maybe the best ones I didn't see that we need to see.
There's a lot more of those on my list.
You know what? One of them just popped in my head, Sinners. Did you see Sinners?
No.
That movie right there was fire. It was not what I expected. You know what? I don't even really want to give spoilers. It's a bunch of racist stuff in there, and you're like, holy cow! It's like black people back in the when there was slavery and all this stuff. They had their hideaway, but then this movie takes a unexpected turn to where you're like, what the fuck? It's wild. The music, oh my god, on point. One of the best music scenes I've seen in a movie. Actually, there was a Welcome to Derry music scene, real similar. But this movie, all the top actors you can think of are in it. You had Michael B. Jordan and all them, all the top A-listers. But this movie was fun. And the music, like I said, and if you really pay attention to it, the songs are so creepy, but they're telling the story as you go. So I loved it. I thought that was a solid one. You know what? I will make a prediction right now. Sinners will get nominated for an Oscar. It's going to be nominated maybe for the picture of the year. I could see it maybe not winning, but at least being in the talks of picture of the year. I think you can watch that on HBO Max now. But yeah, I liked it. I thought it was great. It's actually on Amazon Prime too. So check that one out if you haven't. What do you got?
There you go. I have a couple that stood out to me, and really I've watched them all just in the last couple months. I mean, we're in an age now where going to the movies is not as easy as it used to be. I mean, we're at an age, just you and I, we have little kids, and going to the movie theaters is just something so rare. So everything that comes out, we're going to see it when it comes out a couple months later, streaming, more so than jumping on that bandwagon opening night kind of a deal, unless it's a really big anticipated movie. But I've seen a couple of these movies just in the last couple months. So the one that we watched not too long ago was the Venetian.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah,
Benicio del Toro, Michael Cera was in it, Benedict Cumberbatch.
Wes
one of those.
Anderson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say the Wes Anderson movies have just the absolute right characteristics. You know what you're
All of them, yeah.
you know what you're going to get into. This kind of weird, bantery, clipped, talking back and forth kind of vibe. I mean, they're all kind of like that, but I love it. I love Wes Anderson movies.
Wes Anderson is definitely one of those directors that has a director trademark. Like, he's got certain things that you're like, oh, that's Wes Anderson.
Yeah.
You don't have to see his name on there. I love it, Yeah. Fantastic Mr. Fox. Wasn't that one of his too? Was that him?
Fantastic. Oh, I don't know.
I think that was one. That was the animated one with George Clooney played the fox. I love that one. There was a bunch of these.
Yep,
same
I think you're right.
Dialogue. Yep, same type of dialogue, same all that, but not live action, but it was it's him.
Yeah.
That's a great The Phoenician.
Imagine not knowing what a Wes Anderson movie was going to be like and then watching it for the first time and you're just like, what am I watching?
I mean, I think he's one of those polarizing directors. I think people either love or hate him too. I mean, if you don't like him, I'm going to question some stuff about your life, but it's
it's art. It's up for interpretation. Everybody, comes at it with their own personal experience and can interpret that how they see fit. But I really loved this movie in particular because it was, to me, it seemed like a real play with morality. Like with the daughter being a nun, and Benicio del Toro plays this wealthy man that maybe got his wealth in not so moral ways and somehow survives several plane crashes, which is hilarious and strange and a little magical, there's a little superstitious magic to it. And it's this relationship between him and his daughter where he's been basically estranged from her. She really wants nothing to do with him because she thinks he's a very corrupt individual and she's become a nun and she's devoting her life to God. But then there's this play with like, well, maybe I can do good here as his heiress to his fortunes and his business and learn from him at the same time. So you go through this whole storyline that's obviously very wacky and crazy and super fun. Tom Hanks is in it.
Let's go to another crazy storyline that's fun. And guess who is involved in this one? Benicio del Toro. One battle after another. Paul Thomas Anderson, not Wes Anderson, another Anderson. This movie for me will probably, and this is why I said Sinners won't win the Picture of the Year if it's nominated. One battle after another is going to win Picture of the Year. Leo crushed it. There's going to be some actors, best supporting actors in this as well that win. Could be Benicio himself. Could be Sean Penn. Could be Tiana Taylor. Could be Regina Hall. Bunch of people in here. Like, this movie for me, I even said, it's not very often, and you said it too, it's hard to go to theaters. It's especially hard to go when the movie's 3 fucking hours long.
Yeah.
Like, these are getting long. So I had to wait for it to hit HBO Max. But I did get to sit, and this is the only movie I can remember being this long in the last couple of years that I sat and watched in one sitting. I could not get up. I didn't care anything else was going on. I had to see the rest of this movie. It's wild. It's a wild ride. It's not actually what I expected either. Even from watching the trailers, not what you expect. So go check that one out, HBO Max. One battle after another. And mark my damn words right here, Oscar all the way for this movie. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm one of those that the Academy Awards, it's a lot of politics that goes into all that. You never know. But I do think it's more fun than the Super Bowl for me personally, because I like to sit and make my guesses, who's going to win, what's going to happen. And you never know when you watch the Academy Awards, what wild thing, like who's going to get slapped this year is going to happen. So, I mean, it is what it is. You take it with a grain of salt, but I love watching it. It's super fun. So I'm excited to see what comes up in those nominations this year. And
what do you got? You got an Oscar winner coming in there? You got one that you would put in that category that you saw?
Well, I don't know if I'm qualified to even try and guess which movies of this past year. Although I like to see what's nominated when that comes out, and then go catch up and watch all the ones that are nominated and make sure I'm familiar with them.
Yeah.
But one I think should be on there is The Roses. That's what I watched recently on Hulu. The Roses, Benedict Cumberbatch and Olivia Colman. Also, Kate McKinnon and Andy Samberg make appearances in this movie. They are fantastic. I love them.
Okay, yeah. Director Jay Roach.
Like Kate McKinnon. Oh, guess who's another awesome, amazing X-Files fan? Kate McKinnon. She dressed up like Scully for Halloween when she was young, and so did I. We are kindred spirits. I love her. I feel like we would be best friends if we met. So, but this movie, The Roses, it's so realistic and also exaggerated all at the same time. A married couple moves to America. I think they meet in London, and they live in America because they're both ambitious in their careers and want to start a family. He's an architect. She's a chef. But it's kind of this long-term look at how that ambition and that working together to make each of their dreams happen while raising a kid, raising a family, it kind of gets messy and emotionally tangled in resentment towards each other. They like this perfect couple. They really get along. They're super fun together. They seem really passionate. But over time, as circumstances happen that really aren't in their control, it breeds this sort of crazy ride that they go on, this road to divorce, basically.
Oh gosh!
But it's fantastic.
Who's your standout from this movie here? Is it Cumberbatch himself, or is it somebody else that takes this?
I mean, Benedict Cumberbatch is pretty great in almost everything that he does. Although we can't pronounce penguin. Sorry, Benedict.
Oh,
sorry for that, but you can't do it. But I will say this: Olivia Colman is my favorite of the two in this movie in particular. She's incredible. I mean, I watch it and I say she is hilariously funny, so genuine. Her acting is so, you completely forget she's playing a character. She just is absolutely authentic.
Those are the best. Those are the best. I got to talk about a movie that I didn't see, but it just popped in my mind, and I know I need to, because we were talking about Oscars, and I think it'll get some Oscar love. And I'm talking about Netflix, Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. Now,
yeah,
I watched maybe the first 10 minutes, 15 minutes of this, and I could tell. I'm like, I ain't ready for this right now.
That's exactly what I did. I was like, this needs its own time, and I'm not ready for it.
I did. I turned it on, and I was like, whoa, this is going to be one of those that's going to be an experience that I need to revel in. And this ain't the time. That's how I felt. But I know, I can tell that this is going to be a must see, maybe more than one time watch. I think it's a new spin on Frankenstein, or it's a retelling of the story in Guillermo's way, which you've seen some Guillermo movies. I can only imagine this thing's going to be fucked up. That's
But you know what I was struck by is the imagery, and I was watching what made me want to watch it, and I haven't yet, but the comparisons that artists were pulling up of famous Renaissance paintings and moments in that movie. And I'm like, oh, it can't be a coincidence. That's too beautiful. And I think that's going to be, the visuals of that movie are going to be what stands out.
Yeah, just that opening scene. It was so realistic, where they were on the boat and the fog and it was, I could see, I was like, all right, this is going to be one. So yeah, I can't wait to get to that. It was a long one, I think, too. And that's probably why I wasn't in the right frame of mind. It was one of those nights, and and when I say that, I'm not saying anything negative about the movie. I'm talking negative about myself on that, because I just wanted something on in the background, and I knew this wasn't going to be one of those where you just put on and you can search your phone or do whatever you want. No. You better lock in. It's about to be a ride. can't wait to get to that one. So
things deserve the respect of your attention. And that brings up a good point, because you said when things are streaming versus going to a theater, like the olden days, you go see a movie and you had nothing to do but sit there and watch the movie start to finish. Now that we do it mostly streaming, I wonder how that impacts the difference between how we actually soak in the story. Because if we're doing it in sections, for example, we're like, all right, we don't really have time to watch this whole movie. I'm going to watch half of it now and half of it later. That kind of breaking it up, what impact does that have on how we feel about the movie, or how we soak it in?
No, it's a great point, because here's a prime example is TV shows that are weekly. If someone watches the show weekly, it feels a lot slower than when you sit there and you binge watch it. So you're seeing it in those chunks. It may not be the 15-minute chunk like you might watch a movie. It might be the 45-minute episode every week, and then wait 7 days to see another one. You got those gaps. You're only seeing it in chunks. It is a different watch than when you binge watch all of it back to back.
You're going to process it differently. You're going to have more thoughts and predictions, and you might even go back and rewatch before the next part comes out, and you may see things that foreshadow later plot lines that you wouldn't normally see.
No, I see that. I could get that. I could see that you don't see that. What other movie did you have that stuck out, or one
just watched F1, Brad Pitt. I'm a race fan, but I always watch the Indy 500 because I'm from Indianapolis. So, I'm into that, but I don't usually watch NASCAR or other types. And now, after watching this movie, I am really interested in F1, because I was like, wait a second. I didn't know this is what it was. I didn't understand teams. I didn't understand what everybody's role was in getting these races done and winning. Incredible.
Not only do they have teams of drivers on the track, they got a team of people behind. They got the highest technology you've ever seen doing crazy stuff with these cars. I'm right there with you. I put that movie on late at night, and it was one that I was like, yep, I'm going to lock in. Actually, I turned it off and went to the big TV. I got a nice theater room. I was like, this is going to have to be one I watch in here with the surround sound. Loved it. Thought Brad Pitt crushed it. I'm kind of glad they didn't make him win every damn race. It was messy. It was ugly how he helped get stuff done, but that's kind of what you would expect. You wouldn't expect some guy to come in there with these are athletes. These guys driving those cars are freaking athletes to be able to react in that amount of time and do that. Like, I wouldn't expect some guy that never did it before to come in and whip everybody's ass. Didn't happen here. They did a great job of being able to tell that story and make us interested. That's a plot device by Apple there, because next season, F1 comes to Apple. So you'll get to see some of these races. Yeah. I'm excited about it too, because I watched NASCAR. I've been to NASCAR races. I used to work for NASCAR and run some of the races for them in radio. So I never looked at F1. F1 was the European racing. And then, the NASCAR is the South and this and that. But I think this is a incredible sport. These guys are legitimate athletes. Like, to be able to, don't get me started. I want to get an F1 car. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, I think the movie did an excellent job of, and just the logistics of putting a movie together like that, I think they did an excellent job of the special effects. If anybody was going to win an Oscar for that, this movie might do really well. I don't know. And again, I'm not qualified, but
honestly, I don't think there was a lot of special effects involved. I think it was real, and that still counts as special effects, but I don't think it was like CGI. I think they were really out there. Yeah. They did say Brad Pitt actually got in to F1 cars in races, and no one actually knew he was out there. So they swapped out their drivers. So he was really racing at some point in this process. I think he really learned how to do all this stuff. Like that was very cool to me. I'm definitely going to be watching F1, the racing, when it comes on. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, it makes you appreciate it. All the strategy and planning and every part of the team that went into each race and the car, the engineering of the car, and they showed that. I was really fascinated. I was really into it, but it was also just a great movie.
What's your husband Matt? Did he watch it? What did he think about it? He's a car guy, right?
Oh yeah, he loved it. In fact, he was like, of all the races and all of the different circuits that you can race, F1, if you win F1, it's like the top of the top. It's the cream of the crop races. So
I mean, it's incredible how they react that fast. Like we can't do it. We're normal. We're normal human beings.
To say I'm pretty good at Mario Kart, but truthfully, I have all the little assists going on the Mario Kart too. Kind of like bowling with bumpers. So I'm not really as good as I think I am.
Let's talk about some of the 2026 movies that I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
Did you know Christopher Nolan's dropping a hit this year? I'm going to call it a hit already. The Odyssey. That's coming out. I can't wait for that. I remember reading the book in high school and all that, and I actually enjoyed that one. So I can't wait to see Odysseus' story, especially from Christopher Nolan. Like, he's probably up there with my top tier. He's definitely an S+ tier director. Interstellar. I mean, you got all these movies that he's put so much work into. I don't see this being any less, and I'm really hyped up about it. But what do you think? What do you got at 2026 list of movies you're ready to see?
There seems to be I don't know much about it, but the sequel to Devil Wears Prada.
It is. The Devil Wears Prada 2.
And I'm interested to see what that is and what that looks like. Man.
That's going to be a hyped up sequel. People go ahead.
Just a lot of the things that probably a lot of people listening right now, we're just average Joes like everybody.
That's right.
Because I haven't gone to the theaters, that's where I see all the trailers for the new movies coming out. So I saw the trailer for the Odyssey. I was really excited about that. That looks really kind of dark almost.
It does.
I'm very excited about that. But I haven't seen what's coming up next so much as I have all of these movies that came out in 2025 that I haven't seen yet because I've been waiting for them to come out on streaming.
What are you looking forward to seeing?
Well, one of the ones that I thought would be a super fun movie to see is Fackham Hall. And it's like a parody of Downton Abbey period pieces type, but it's a comedy. And I keep seeing the trailers pop up and I'm like, I got to see that somewhere when it's available. When it comes into my view, I'm going to see that one.
I think that counts for 2026. I think that still counts.
It's 2026 in my world.
Yeah,
in the world of catch up and getting caught up on all those great movies that came out already. Right. The Woman in Cabin 10 looks really good. I want to see that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Wake Up Dead Man, Knives Out movie I still haven't seen, but I love the Knives Out mystery movies.
Yes.
My husband keeps bringing up Age of Disclosure.
Whoo, there you go. See, maybe me and Matt should sit and watch that one together. Maybe that's me and Matt, because you know how I feel about the Age of Disclosure. And Disclosure is coming out in 2026. That's the movie. Steven Spielberg. That's going to be, whoo.
Coincidence? I think not.
That one's been on my mind. I really got to see The Age of Disclosure, and I want to see Disclosure, the movie. You got another huge sequel coming out that I know Devil Wears Prada 2 people got hyped up about, but Avengers Doomsday.
Oh, yep, I saw that.
Woo, people are going to lose their minds. Some trailers have already dropped. We saw Steve Rogers come back already. They're going to reset some of the bullshit that Marvel has pulled off in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
And get it back in line. I fell off of Marvel for a little bit. I was like, man, there's too many movies coming out.
Yeah, I could
It's
see
a
that.
mess.
I'm not nowhere near the comic book nerd type person to have been deep dive into all of that. But I do think it's fascinating to try to watch all the Avengers movies they have both release date order or chronological order as far as
Yeah,
when they take place. So I think that's fascinating. And maybe I'll have to do that to get ready for this new movie coming out.
you're gonna
Catch
have
up,
to. I mean,
movie marathon.
I think there's a Spider-Man movie coming out also. Another Spider-Man will be dropping.
Have to
That's
see
in the
that with the
Marvel
kids.
universe.
Sure.
Yeah, that'll be in the Marvel universe. There's another Masters of the Universe. There's a He-Man movie dropping this year. I can't wait for that. I'm a He-Man fan. Skeletor.
Yeah. Yeah, they're very much taking our generation and they're going like, what did they watch on TV when they were this age that we can capitalize on now as they're adults?
Yeah.
We're gonna just make a movie out of it.
Or what
For
movie
sure.
did they watch? Like Scream 7
Mhm.
coming out in 2026, you know? Sure, they'll get me with that. I love Scream. I love the Scream series.
You know, a good friend of mine,
Story.
she had her 13-year-old just turned 13 and is a big fan of Scream. So she had David Arquette send her a happy birthday video. We were
I
just chatting
saw
about that.
that. I know who you're talking about. I saw that was awesome. David Arquette out there doing things.
If you're listening,
That was
David,
cool.
thank you so much for that. It made her birthday. She loved it.
He's a good human being. That's all I've ever heard. I can't say nothing bad about him. He's a good human being. WCW world champion at one time. Wrestling champion. People hate that. They hate that he was a champion, but it still gets talked about. So it's okay. That's what wrestling is. You do stuff that let people talk about it. David Arquette was the worst world champion of all time. It's better than being no world champion of all time, if you ask me. David Arquette, I loved it. I thought it was great. Let me talk about some other movies that are coming out. Toy Story 5, there's another sequel playing off of us.
I was going to mention that too. Yeah. I'm a
Of
little
the
curious about
nostalgia.
that one. Because I'm like,
Yeah.
wait, did we not wrap up that story a couple of times?
I
But
thought so.
you know what? I'm not mad about it. I've loved everyone that's come out, even when I think there's no more story to tell about Woody and Buzz. We get another movie and it makes me cry and it's fantastic. So we'll keep doing this.
We're getting lots of sequels, prequels. You got another Hunger Games movie coming out. Another Super Mario Brothers Galaxy's coming out. You got a new Exorcist movie coming out too. The Exorcist
I was
Deceiver.
just gonna say, I'm like, did you see the Exorcist movie?
That one's gonna be fire right there. Now, who's gonna be in that thing? Do we know anybody? It's a Mike Flanagan film, I think, isn't it?
Oh my gosh, I love Mike Flanagan.
This is the Mike Flanagan Scarlett Johansson Exorcist film that's coming out. That's gonna be the one.
Ooh,
That's gonna be fun right there. We do like Mike Flanagan.
I love Mike Flanagan. I do.
What other movies? What else you got out there that you need to see or you're looking forward to? Because I think I've said all of them. I don't have many more to say. So,
yeah, I'm gonna have to get myself to the theater or get myself online and run through some trailers and really search it out. What's coming up? I do have 2 other plugs for my favorites this year. So for those who are looking for something to watch and want to catch up, I'm going to say 2 documentaries that really impacted me this year. Come See Me in the Good Light on Apple about the life and dying of Andrea Gibson, the poet. Fantastic. Absolutely changes my view of life and dying and everything. And it's beautiful and you'll cry in the best way. And it's wonderful. So Come See Me in the Good Light. Go see that. In fact, I might do a separate episode just all about that. And a special bonus episode, but we'll tease that later. And the other one was Will and Harper. I don't know if it came out this year. It might have come out last year, but Will and Harper's on Netflix. Will Ferrell and his friend Harper, who was a friend of his at SNL, a fellow writer who came out as trans. And they do this road trip across the country to rekindle their friendship and to kind of see what it means to be friends now that their identity is different than it was when they started their friendship, right?
Yes.
That was an incredibly moving story, and I absolutely loved it, and I recommend it to everybody because when you see their friendship, how it's evolved and also grown and become more vulnerable, and what does it mean to have a man decide he can be friends with a woman even when he knew her as a man previously? Like, how does that change how Will Ferrell, feels about her? And like, can they still be friends? Can they still relate to each other? Do they still have enough in common? What does that look like? What does that feel like? And it just made me think, you know what? Why does it have to be a trans woman? Why can't it just be people? Like, why can't people just, decide that they have things in common and can be friends with another person? So it asks all those really like intriguing questions that I loved.
Good.
And made me
it should
love Will Ferrell even more.
Yeah, it really should. And you got it right there. Like, we're all one. And I didn't get the chance to see that yet, but I know that from what I saw from that show was beautiful. It was a great story and
good heartfelt things to watch. So
how things should be. How things should be is what it is. Yeah. I love it. I can't wait to see all these movies and more in 2026. Parallel Frequencies, Just Blane and Coco. Until next time, we'll see you guys.